Hello, in this video I will be reflecting on my CAS experiences during January and February 2026. During these 2 months, I took part in volleyball club and media production as my creativity and national park service as my um, ser- service part of the CAS. Even though these activities were all very different in nature, each one helped me grow in a different way. Some experiences taught me through success, while others taught me through difficulty, discomfort, or even ideas that did not work as well as I expected. So, first, in volleyball, one of the activities we tried was the volleyball bingo idea. To be honest, I do not think it was a very strong idea. Like, it was not something that worked especially well or made a huge impact on the overall session. It was like these side quests made it quite interesting, but it was not something that worked, especially for the beginner volleyball club members. I would not say it was a complete failure because it brought something light or enjoyable to our community. Mm, Reflecting on it now, I think this experience is valuable because it reminded me that not every idea will turn out exactly the way I imagine it. Sometimes I expect something fun, effective, or exciting, but once it happens, the true side of it reveals. It feels less successful than I thought. This experience in volleyball connected to CAS learning outcomes because it showed the importance of reflection, collaboration, and perseverance. Even though the bingo idea itself was not amazing, I was actually I was actively involved, still contributing, and still learning from the result. Mm, but through this CAS, I concluded that if I only reflect on successful parts, then I miss the chance to improve. So for the creativity, media production, January and February felt much more intense and demanding and busy days. This and those were busy days because we were preparing for our CAS project, which was National Cultural Fair, which we provided various countries' information to our 10th grade students to to make their choices more effective or better. There were many things to organize, and it required not only individual effort but also coordination with others. That made me realize that projects do not become successful just because people have good ideas. They become successful because people stay committed long enough to actually make those ideas happen. During these months, I felt that media production was actually the media production work was actually effective for those who need our information or media. This experience is connected very strongly to CAS learning outcomes of showing perseverance and commitment, planning and initiating activities and working collaboratively with others. What stood out to me most was that the preparation itself can be a major learning experience. Regularly, people only focus on the action part of it because uh, it, it is the one stage can that is only shown to the public or the one who's receiving it. But if the preparation part is not enough, then that action part would be less, in my opinion. Even if one person is working hard, the whole project depends on the moving group together. Looking back, I think media production helped me mature in the way I approach collaborative work because it showed me that being reliable is just as important as being creative. National Park Service was probably the most familiar experience for me during these months because it was something new. I found it genuinely interesting from the beginning, and showing those ices and snows from the floors was actually pretty satisfying. At the same time, it was freezing, and that physical discomfort became a big part of the experience. The combination of interest and discomfort is what made it actually memorable. On one hand, it could be it could be recognized as suffering, but because we did that job together as a group, it was very memorable for me. This activity connected clearly to the CAS learning outcomes of undertaking new challenges and developing new strengths. Mm, this was a new type of experience for me, and I did not actually expect that experience to come. And I had to step outside of what felt normal and comfortable to learn those new soft skills. It would have been easy to focus only on how cold it was, but instead, I tried to stay involved and see the experience as something meaningful. So when I look at three experiences together, that each one taught me something different, but yet, mm, I think these skills or the learning outcomes are the ones that will stay a lifetime. To change or to to change yourself in the matter in the meantime of situation is the most um, underrated part of this January and February month CAS. Because of that, I think these months were important for my development not only in CAS but also in how I think about effort and responsibilities and personal growth in general.